Truckstar5 here doing another episode of DVD Collection Randomness. We're going to start off today with Synchronicity. It's a film by Brian Hirschbein. I've actually never seen any of his stuff, but Mr. Parka highly recommends all of his films. So I picked this up maybe for like $2 or something like that on eBay. Found it super cheap, brand new, sealed. So I figured, hey, what the hell, I'll pick it up. I haven't gotten around to watching it yet, but I've heard nothing but good things about this director and his films. So it looks pretty interesting. Haven't watched it yet. Guys, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. It looks pretty interesting, so I guess I'll have to sit down and open it one of these days. Here we have Elsa Fraulein SS. As you can see, it's still sealed as well. I haven't watched it. Nazi exploitation. How do you say it? Nazi exploitation? I don't even know. Sexploitation. We'll go with sexploitation. Looks pretty interesting. I'm sure it's the same as all the other ones. I'm pretty sure it's out of print now. I think Shriek Show and Media Blasters have gone through a lot of their catalog and started deleting the films that are available for sale. So I'm pretty sure this is one of them that's out of print now, or increasingly more difficult to find. But like I said, haven't seen it. I'm sure it's a winner, that's for sure. Here we have Last House on Dead End Street. This is the special collector's edition from Australia or New Zealand. I forget which one. But I actually think it's the same as the Barrel Entertainment version. I'm not sure, but I think all special features are exactly the same. I've never gone through to compare them. But this is, a classic grindhouse cinema at its finest. Everyone needs to check this movie out. It's along the lines of, those classics of Last House on the Left, I Spit on Your Grave, stuff like that, just really grimy, gritty stuff. So this is a must-own for any horror fanatic or, collector of DVDs. Here we have Delinquent Girl Boss, Blossoming Night Dreams. Picked this up for cheap as well on eBay. Never watched it, don't know anything about it. You guys will probably notice that as we go through the videos here, I have a lot of films in my collection that I've just never sitting down and put the effort or time into watching. But if you guys could leave me comments down there in the box, that'd be great. That way I can kind of thin out the collection and watch the ones I absolutely have to. But this looks like one of those typical. I guess this one would probably be boobs and swords, maybe boobs and guns. Don't know. Who knows? But looks pretty interesting. I'm into the old Asian cinema films, regardless of what it is. But they're typically pretty good. I mean, the acting's horrible. Special effects are horrible, but they're fun to watch. Here we have Frank Henenlotter's Frankenhooker. Henenlotter's put out a lot of good stuff throughout the years, and this is a real gem. It's not as good as Basket Case, which is probably my favorite film by him, but it's still, still funny regardless. This is the Unearthed Films release. Just a pretty fun film. I mean, it's got all the weird characters, the decent special effects. It's a good movie to sit down, relax, have a good time with, invite your buddies over. But it's definitely worth a look. I'd check it out for sure. Here we have the Blair Witch Project. This is the first DVD I ever bought, so I can tells you how long I've been collecting DVDs for. A long time. I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I remember seeing it in the theater, and actually before we went there, me and my buddies didn't know if this was real or not. They did a pretty good marketing ploy with this one up until it was released, and everyone was kind of going back and forth, is it real, is it fake? I think they did a good job with it, and it gets a lot of flack for being Cannibal Holocaust ripoff, which I guess you can say it kind of is. It's the, from the perspective of the filmmakers and the found footage, but it has absolutely nothing to do with cannibals, and, I guess it's its own film in its own right. I wouldn't say it's, the best, but for what it is, it's decent. It's good, good watching with all the lights off and, when it's raining outside, so I'll give it that much. Another Henenlotter film, Brain Damage. This is the limited, well, it says right on there, limited availability special edition. This is a Synapse film release. Pretty cool movie. Haven't seen it in a while, but it's along the lines of all of his other films, stuff like Basket Case, Frankenhooker. Fun film, good special effects, goofy characters. Definitely one to have in your collection. Here we have Cashback. It's got pretty good reviews. Haven't watched it yet. I found it for cheap at Target. Picked it up. Haven't sit down to watch it yet. I don't even really know what it's about. I just heard that it shows right on there it won a couple of awards. So if you guys know anything about this one, post a comment. Here we have Experiments in Terror. I think this is either a short film collection or an anthology film. I think there's a couple volumes of this one, and it looks like it spans, I don't know if it spans decades or years, or, looks like there's a couple different directors in here. See if we can get that. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can read that or not. I'm not exactly sure what this movie's about, if it's still in print. A lot of this stuff I pick up on eBay or Amazon when they're trying to liquidate stuff. So this is one of those movies that I picked up that was probably either in a lot or was for pretty cheap. Here's The Wayward Cloud. Haven't watched this either, but once again, it's got pretty decent reviews on Amazon and from the YouTubers out there. I heard there's a pretty crazy scene with the watermelon. So I'll have to go, when I get some time to sit down and actually watch it. But I heard it's a pretty interesting film. Here we have The Deviants. This is a SRS Cinema release. Probably paid like $1 or something from this movie. I have no idea what it's about. If it's a gore film, if it's any good, you guys let me know. If I have to watch it or, give it as a gift to someone, who knows. Alright, Nikos the Impaler. So, this is, classic German splatter at its finest. You guys, if you're into gore and splatter, this is one that you need to have in your collection. Pretty cool film. I don't know what else to say about that other than it's gory, it's German splatter, good flick. So, good by meaning, you know what I mean by good. So I'm probably going to end this here and leave some comments down below. Let me know about any of those films that I mentioned earlier if I need to check them out. And thanks for watching.